So I'm just going to do this video while I am folding laundry because I have stuff to do. So you're all going to be down there. I'm just going to be right here. But anyways, hi guys. So I was quite literally getting ready to do an update video about how pregnancy's been doing and everything. I went to the bathroom and I was like, oh man, my stomach hurts. Like, I think I have to go to the bathroom. So I tried to go to the bathroom and I laid down for a minute because I was like, okay, nothing's happening. So I was like, I'm just gonna lay down for a second. Maybe everything will come out fine, right? So I literally laid down and then my water broke. I was like, okay, great. So yeah, I just had gotten our daughter to bed like an hour previously, and my husband went to bed getting ready to go to work. I felt like I had to go to the bathroom, like really bad. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. But no contractions, no nothing. I was just getting some tightness, like I've been doing. I thought it was round ligament pain because I've been getting that pretty much all week. Actually, I feel like I've been getting it for like a month, but I'd get this like really bad tightness, and then I'd figure out it was just constipation. So I was like, okay, cool, but nothing unusual, right? So went to the bathroom. I couldn't go, so I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just lay down on the bed for a second. Maybe it'll kind of move its way down. And I also did take some laxatives because I was like, I have to go, but it won't come out. So I was like, okay, whatever. So laid down. Like not even 5 minutes later, my water broke, and I was like, okay. I don't know what to do because it was too early. I was 33 weeks, 34 maybe, but 33 weeks according to the hospital. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to do because my husband just went to bed and so did my daughter. So I was like, I'm not getting contractions yet. I'm not going to worry about it really. So I tried calling my parents because the plan was I was going to go into labor, or if I did go into labor, they would, watch my daughter. So I was like, okay. So yeah, I was just chilling there. I tried to call my mom. My mom wasn't getting any service because apparently they went to go look at some property in the middle of nowhere. So I was trying to call them. I was calling several times. I texted them. I kind of got a text to go through, and I was like, hey, my water broke. No contractions yet, but I'm fine. But again, I wasn't getting any response because I guess they had no service. So I was like, okay, screw it. I gotta wake up my husband. So I woke him up, and of course he's freaking out. He's like, oh, we gotta go. We gotta go. And I was like, no, it's okay. We don't have to go yet. I'm just gonna jump in the shower real quick. Wash all fluids off, and then we'll head to the hospital, right? So jump in the shower. Like immediately after I got out of the shower, the contractions started, and they wouldn't stop. They were literally a minute apart as soon as I got out of the shower. So this was all within like 20 minutes. I was like, oh my god, okay. And so like I got a hold of my parents, and they're like, oh, okay, we're about 40 minutes away. Like, can you wait? And I was like, yeah, I can wait. Not even 10 minutes later, like, they were bad. Like, contractions were terrible. I was like, I can't wait. We just gotta wake up our daughter, and we gotta go. Like, I don't think I can wait. So, yeah, we were getting our daughter ready, getting everything ready to go to the hospital. My husband's over here freaking out. I'm like, it's okay. We'll make it, right? And then, at one point, my husband's getting everything in the car, getting ready. And I'm like, I'm seeing spots, right? So I'm like, okay, this isn't good. I'm seeing spots. Like, I feel like I'm about to barf because I drank a bunch of water and laxatives, of course, because I thought I had to poop. But, yeah, so I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know if I'm even gonna make it type thing. So finally, I start walking to the car. I was standing there for a second. I was like, I feel sick. So I barfed outside the car. And I was like, okay, yeah, we need to go. So I did that, got in the car. It felt a little bit better. I think because I was sitting, it was putting pressure on my pelvis. So it was like keeping everything in. But as soon as we got to the hospital, I was like, I can't walk. I need to be wheeled up immediately. And, of course, we get there and the emergency people are less than urgent to, get me up to the room. The freaking transport lady, the lady that was wheeling me up, was like, where's labor and delivery? And I'm like, what do you mean? Don't you work here? Like, she's like, it's the third floor, right? I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you asking me? You work here. So I'm just like, yeah. So I get up there, again, less than urgent, nobody's taking it seriously, really. But I get up there, I have to, like, you know, fill out my information, put it on. They wheel me to triage, and then, like, immediately I start feeling the urge to push. Like, she was like, oh, let's get you undressed, get you in a gown. I was like, okay. And so I'm, like, trying to do that. And then I, like, lay down on the bed, and I'm, like, trying not to push. She's like, you know what? Let me just check you, see how far you are, because you seem like you're trying to push. And I'm like, yeah. And so the triage lady checks me, and she doesn't say anything. She just runs out of the room. And I'm like, okay. I hear her, like, yelling down the hallway. She's like, she's at 10 centimeters, and she's pushing. We need to go now. Again, mind you, this is within, like, an hour of everything happening. So, like, water broke. 30 minutes later, we get to the hospital. And then, like, yeah. Which, luckily, the hospital was right down the street. It's, like, 15 minutes away. With no traffic. So, in which, luckily, it happened at night. So, there was hardly any traffic at all. There was just a couple people going slow. And I'm like, hurry up! I gotta go! But, so, yeah, that's, literally, they wheeled me into the room. And then I was pushing, and 5 minutes later, baby A, Cecilia, came out. And I was like, oh my god, okay. And then they were like, okay, we need to get the second one out. And I couldn't feel the contractions at this point. Because I had already pushed, you know, one out. I don't think my body really recognized that there was another one coming out. So I'm, like, sitting there trying to push, and I can't really feel anything that's going on down there. And so I'm like, they're like, you need to push. And I'm like, I can't feel anything. So I'm, like, just pushing on a whim, it feels like. So finally, you know, I start feeling the contractions finally. And literally 10 minutes later, baby B, Marceline, came out. And yeah, so that came out all natural. I didn't have a choice. I was actually going to get an epidural this time because I was like, yeah, in case, you know, one of them flip or something and, you know, something happens. I mean, I did want to do, like, all natural, and I wanted to, you know, no medication, no anything, because that's how I did my first. So I was like, okay, I'll just do it again. But, you know, they advised me against it just in case something happened to B after A came out. Even, you know, if A comes out head down, sometimes B will flip in the womb. But luckily, they both stayed head down the entire pregnancy, both of them. And, yeah, everything actually worked out fine. The only difference is Marceline, baby B, she came out sunny side up, so her face was up instead of down. To be fair, I don't think she was ready to come out. Apparently Cece was, though. So, Cecilia. So, yeah, that whole thing just happened within, like, an hour. And I gotta say, it was kind of scary, because apparently all of the nurses, and even the doctor was like, you almost did not make it here. Like, you were about to have a baby in the parking lot. And I was like, yeah, I kind of figured. But it was weird, though, because, like, with my first, with Penelope, I had her, she was a little earlier. She was 37, like, right at 37 weeks. But it didn't happen at all the way, like, this one happened. It took a very long time. Like, I was in labor for, like, 24 hours before, I even, like, started to push. So, like, it was, like, 11 p.m. the previous night is when I started getting, like, regular contractions. They still weren't, like, regular, but they were, like, they were getting there. So, about, like, 10 in the morning the next day, so about 12 hours later, they were starting to get more regular finally. And, like, when I got there, I was only 4 centimeters, and then they broke my water, and then for some reason, I wasn't dilating past, like, 8 centimeters. And then I started getting the urge to push, and they told me not to because, you know, I wasn't fully dilated yet. And then finally, when I was ready to push, it took 4 hours of pushing because she just wouldn't come out. So, yeah, but I did that one all natural, too. It just took a very, very long time. This was a complete opposite. It was literally 2 babies popped out in, less than an hour. So, it was very crazy. It was a very crazy night, because, like, even afterwards, I was like, I can't believe I just did that, because it was crazy. But, yeah, and all the nurses were super nice. They were just like, I don't know how you just did that. Like, that was crazy. I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't know how I did that either. It was also really crazy. But, of course, since they came out at 33 weeks, they're in the NICU now. It's been 22 days. 22 days in the NICU. They're doing fine for the most part. They're just working on feeding now. When they both came out, obviously they had, needed some help breathing and stuff. Cece didn't need too much help. Marceline needed a little help. So she was on, like, the bubble CPAP for a little bit. Cece, she had an air bubble, like, in her lungs, or in between her lungs or something like that. So she didn't need very long, and that kind of resolved on its own. But yeah, everything worked out. Marceline had a little setback. She got sepsis. She had an infection on her stomach. But again, they did like a round of antibiotics and everything's fine now. So that's good. And then they think they were kind of going too fast on their treatment, so they kind of slowed down on feedings and everything, and kind of is working their way back up. But yeah, now we're just working on feedings. They want them to basically completely take all the bottles by mouth or breast. So that's pretty much what's been going on. But yeah, they're doing great. I really wish they were home. That's the only issue I wish right now. Is because I feel like they're doing fine now. And now I feel like they're being a little overly cautious. I mean, I completely understand it, because I don't want something bad to happen, as soon as we take them home. But yeah, they're just making sure they're all right, basically. They're just taking things really, really slowly. They don't want to speed past 2 things and something go wrong. So I get it. It's just really hard, because we have to go back and forth between the hospital, and then, of course, Penelope's like, when do I get to see the babies? And she's getting, like, overly jealous because we have to leave constantly. So yeah, but we've just been taking it a day at a time, and yeah, this whole thing was crazy. So, I mean, hopefully they'll be coming home sometime this week. We're thinking, maybe. They just really need to work on feedings every single time, which they are. They're doing really good. Marceline prefers the breast. Cecilia prefers a bottle. I've been trying to be there as much as possible to try to feed them. It's just really hard, because we have to find somebody to watch our 2-year-old, because, she's not allowed back there. So we're just, again, trying our best. It's just really hard. So, but yeah, that's my crazy birth story. And then so far, everything's been okay. Just in general with me. My health has actually significantly gotten better since having them. Right after, I had some pretty bad swelling in my legs, and it was just really painful for like a week and a half. They just now finally went down, and like I've lost a significant amount of weight, like more weight than what I started on, because I have lost like 40 pounds. It's not good. It's probably due to my thyroid, but I'm just taking it right now. I do see my endocrinologist, I think next month. I don't remember. I have a date set up, but I might try to see him sooner, just depending on how everything goes. Maybe, because I have my 6-week appointment at the end of this month, so maybe I will talk to my OB about it. I don't know. But yeah, that's my crazy birth story. That's an update. Now I'm just trying to get everything cleaned up, because that's what I was doing before. I was nesting like hell beforehand, That's what I was trying to get done before they came. And then, of course, now that they're here, I'm like, well, now I have to finish doing what I was doing. So, yeah. So, I have to finish up my room. We hadn't even got Penny's room set up because we just kind of ran out of time. And, I mean, I knew they were going to come, like, any day. But nobody believed me. So, like, I kind of knew my body better than anybody else. So, I wasn't really pushing it. But yeah, so that's an update. And like I said, we're just waiting for them to come home now. And they're just taking things really slowly. Again, I get it. I just want them home at this point, so. But they're doing really good. They're off pretty much everything except a feeding tube. So yeah, we're just waiting and watching. But yeah, thank you for watching. I will do more videos soon. I just wanted to do a little update. Bye.